All right, welcome back. Had a little technical difficulties. George was talking about his friend that's close to the situation in Missouri. Go.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, like I was saying, I mean, he couldn't get home last night, and this is day 4. They started the media block out on Sunday. Sunday was the start of the media block out, where they weren't letting reporters in. Then they also, if some of y'all probably already know that they filed a motion with the FAA to block out all. They made Ferguson a no-fly zone where you can't fly. Oh, you can't fly under 3,000 feet of Ferguson.
I
So,
heard about that.
which means no helicopters, nothing. They don't want anything to be seen or videotaped from the air,
Hmm.
which tells you something about how they're handling this situation. There's no transparency. There is no level of uh, respect from the media or from um, the state and local authorities as far as how this situation is going to be handled. And it, it it's it's not necessarily sad, but it is a product of where we are at this time. We talk about the situations that happened in New York and the chick that got shot in California today. And the other chick that got shot in Ferguson today. I mean, it's just there's so much going on that we are not being privy to and not being able to um, articulate to that makes um, the situations that arise more prevalent. Um,
Wait, hold that thought, George. Hold that. I want to get KB in here from the outside looking in. KB from Ripley. What did you see and how did you see it? What's your reaction to this?
Man, I'm kind of all over the place with it. It's so much I want to say. I don't even really know where to begin because, first of all, I'm just tired of being in this place where we having to talk about Ferguson. And when I say Ferguson, I'm meaning Ferguson to be Florida, to be New York for Sean Bell, Trayvon Martin in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over having this dialogue. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be in a place where we are continuously every 3 months or so having this dialogue. Now, mind you, young boys are getting killed every day by police in the same fashion. It just so happens some of it gets caught and makes national headlines. But please believe more than just that one young lady got shot in Ferguson today. Somebody else's son got killed today. Somebody else's son got killed today that we won't hear about on national television through
right,
national media. You
right.
know, and it's just a sad place to be in, honestly, because you want more and you think people would give you more, like just from a human being perspective, dude. You know what I'm saying? You just feel like people should have more love. People should have more resolve for each other, and I just don't see that in what is going on currently in the world. And when I say currently, I'm talking about like the last 10, 20 years, man. It's just like it keeps getting worse. Like nothing is getting better. Um, and then like George mentioned, the transparency, like quite obviously, when somebody has something to hide, they gonna hide it. So with media not being able to come in and talk to people and try to give people, voiceless people, a voice, because now the only voice we're able to hear, and that's when they get ready to say something, is the Ferguson PD. So at this point, nobody else is getting to vocalize what's really going on, how they really feel, because like you said, the media has been banned. Then you got a no-fly zone situation going on. What y'all hiding? Like in a situation like this is when you're supposed to be more transparent than ever. I'm talking about you're supposed to be opening up the books and showing people the records at this
Yeah.
point. If you're trying to dissolve the situation, if you're trying to rectify the situation, what is being said to me by all of this um, lack of wanting people to be around or to let people know what's going on says to me, you really don't care about you know what I'm saying? You don't care how people feel about you, Ferguson. You don't care that the whole nation feels like this is an injustice. They don't care, man, and that happens. You get people out here in this world, man, who are very callous and they really don't care. And it's upsetting when it's not just a person, it's a collective. So obviously, as a collective, Ferguson has something to hide. Obviously, as a collective, Ferguson don't care that y'all mad. I'm just being honest. They don't care. And this is the thing. This is the real deal. You know, with your looting and all of that. You know, that just gives them more ammunition to say these niggas is crazy. We need to kill these animals. They animals anyway. Look at them. They boy then got killed, and here they go setting the quick mark on fire. Here they go up in the Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? Like this foolishness. Like I said, man, in a recent Facebook post, it's just like everybody running amok. Nobody's taking time to think things through. And even like with the family, man, I seen a little bit of the mother and the father talking to what's the dude on the news, the black man that came out as gay.
Sam.
Lehman,
Yeah, Don Lehman.
Oh,
Don
Don
Lemon.
Lemon. Don Lemon. Okay.
Him, that cat. So the family was talking to him, and I'm looking at the mother like, I wouldn't play into that shit. I really wouldn't. I don't know what it is that she wants us to know or what it is she wants to say, and of course she has every right to say something. But for me, if it was me, like if I had a son who got killed or if one of my family members got killed in a high-profile situation like this, you would have to come find me. I wouldn't be running to no news stations trying to tell y'all shit. One, I'm grieving. Respect that first. But what is it that you want to know? Because whatever I say, you're going to twist it. Whatever said, you got your own spin on it. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to make no money off of my loss. Already you done took something from me. Now you want to get paid off of being able to say, I got the exclusive first interview with the mother. Well, you know what I'm saying? This kind of foolishness, man. It becomes just more foolish every day. Every day it gets more foolish. And I'm not calling the mother foolish. I'm just saying, for me, I don't know why she would want to play into the pawn of the media, because the media ain't your friend. Real talk, the media is not your friend. And I don't know, and I'm sure that Mr. Lemon, whoever he is, I'm sure his intentions are good, but at the same time, he has a boss. And if his boss said we're going to sensationalize this, then he don't got no say in it. So what I'm saying is I wouldn't be no pawn in this BS. It's BS. It's foolishness. Because at the end of the day, these folks ain't trying to do nothing. And then you get the calling on Al Sharpton. I'm tired of Al Sharpton them showing up and making a speech and going back to their damn houses. Dude, I'm over that. Stay in upstate New York somewhere, Al Sharpton, with that young girl you with. I don't really see the need. I honestly, dude, I don't see the. I want a solution, but what you all, and when I say you all, I'm saying Black America. When it comes to these kinds of situations, you do the same shit. And here we go. 3 months in the next three, before this year is over, we'll be going through the same situation. The mailroom will be having this conversation again. I'm not wishing it on us, but I'm just saying, based on historical data, that's how it's going. So what are we going to do to try to change the status quo? Because we can't keep sending Al Sharpton. We can't keep paying these lawyers who ain't really doing nothing, because from my understanding, the lawyer that they got, Trayvon Martin lawyer, he ain't really do nothing
for
from
Trayvon
Trayvon and them
Martin.
family. So I don't know why they hire him outside of he high profile. See, this is the
I
thing.
mean,
Even in grief, people get taken advantage of. Even in grief, nobody takes time to sit still long enough to really think through what they need to do. And in my opinion, the best move wasn't running on TV to talk about nothing to
well,
these folks.
well,
You don't owe us nothing.
my whole thing is, I don't, for me, I don't think she ran the TV. I think they pestered her to the point where she said, I'm gonna have to talk to somebody, or
Man, them
they
cell
not
phones,
gonna
let me
let
tell you
up.
something. Them cell phones turn off, brother. Them house
Yeah,
phones can get disconnected out the
them
wall. If you don't want to
them
talk to
cell
nobody, you
phones
don't have to
turn
talk to
off.
people.
Them cell phones turn off, and then people still gonna come knocking at your door every five
Use a lie.
minutes. It's
Use a
still
lie.
gonna.
You ain't gonna knock on my door because I got a gun over here. Use a lie. You might come to her house with it, but I promise you, if somebody in my
But
family died and it was high profile, you was gonna keep your ass off my property. I promise you,
yeah,
dude, on
yes,
everything. You
yes,
not coming
yes.
to my house knocking on nothing, cause one Capone gonna be sitting out there waiting on that ass. How about that? That's the
Mm.
first. That's the
Well,
first resolve.
that's this first bizarre. But I mean that is a part. I mean, we all know the media is not gonna let up, and I'm sure they got on good advice. Go and make a statement, and then make that one statement and let it go, and let it go from there. Which you have to do. I mean, they not gonna let up, and you
So
know that.
George, you
Hmm.
think it's like you think it's part of the they kind of need the media to play the game to in terms of
It's gonna be one way or the other. You're gonna have the media. One, you're gonna have the media for you, or you're gonna have them against you. If you make your statement and you make it right, and you make a very direct statement and let it go, you can have the media for you. Or if you hide behind the closet, you close the door, the media gonna make up whatever the media gonna make up, and you can have them against you. It gonna be one or the other. So I
let me
would
ask
rather have the media for me than against me. But
let me
I
I'm gonna
mean,
go
but
on
the
and let
whole
them get
thing,
creative and make up their own story.
mm, mm, I,
Because,
you,
or at the
you,
very least, I promise you, you're gonna give me a minute. You're not gonna rush me to no statement. You're gonna give
yeah,
me a minute to get my thoughts together. Cause already the little bit I seen, and I didn't even watch all of it. Already she was Klimp. You crying. You can't hardly get your composure together. So we really don't even still. All we see is you on TV. You really ain't. Dude, this is all a
we,
game, man. It's a game. It's a damn
but
game.
you see her grieving, and you see she she kind of got out in front of it, and she told a little bit of the story, and that little bit of the story is keeping
That's the human interest
this
piece, huh?
the human interest piece that keeps it moving. And
That's that
I
appeal
mean,
to the heartstrings of America when you get to talking about we wasn't expecting to be burying our baby. We was expecting to see him off to college this week.
right?
Yeah, I get it. I get
Yeah,
it. Lord knows I get it.
you.
But
I
brother,
mean,
I'm so tired.
and that
I'm tired of this.
we all tired of it. Oh,
let me ask y'all this. This is a tough question. This is a tough question, but I mean, like, can y'all see any defense for the cop that shot him? Like,
hell no.
could there be a way?
I'm gonna tell you hell no. I'm gonna tell you hell no to the hell no to the hell no, because you shot the nigga in the middle of the street, then you left him there for 5 hours, laying in the middle of the street, uncovered, no respect. You just left him there in the middle of the street, blood dripping from his body, uncovered. You put police tape around him for 4 hours, left him there for all the neighborhood to see, like as pretty much a warning to everybody in the neighborhood, like, try us,
Mm,
try us. This is what's gonna happen if you try us. No,
Yeah,
No, sir.
that is a message. You know, you're gonna just leave them in the
Okay,
street like
well,
that.
see, bring me up to speed because I don't know exactly what even caused this. Where was the young man?
Okay.
What
Let me.
what allegedly caused the police to have to shoot or think that he needed to shoot this young man?
Okay.
What was the
Let
situation?
Let's get this story right on together
Please.
because there was an original story. The original story that Ferguson police stated was that, which is why they burned up the Quick Trip, was that he apparently had stole some. He had now. It went
Hmm.
from he stole some cigars, which you know he ain't stole no cigars because the cigars are behind the counter. It went from he
Okay,
stole
I was just about to
cigars
say that.
till he stole some candy at the Quick Trip. Okay, and the people from Quick Trip have already said they ain't called nobody police. He ain't stole shit. All right, let's get this
Okay.
right on together. Okay, that was the original story. That he had stole some out the Quick Trip, and they were following him, and he apparently, according to Ferguson police, ran up on a police officer. Now he ain't have a gun, he have a knife, he ain't have nothing. But he ran up on a police officer with a gun and started struggling with the police officer with the gun. And the police officer shot him. That's the story Ferguson police stated.
Well,
Okay.
they also say that somehow he, he swung on a officer, and the officer supposedly in a hospital with some type of mark on his face.
Okay. According to the 5 witnesses, believe with your eyes, believe with your eyes, or believe with your ears. Believe with your eyes, 5 witnesses stated Michael Brown was walking down probably the boy was probably high. He had probably smoked some shit. I don't know what the fuck he had done. He was walking down the middle of the street. Okay, him and his boy. It was it was a side street. It was probably dead empty, which most likely it was. Nobody was driving down the street. Him and his boy walking down the middle of the street. This officer, who was in his car, this officer was in his car,
Mm-hmm.
drove down the street and told Michael Brown and his friend, "Get your ass on the sidewalk."
Hmm. Hmm.
This officer then shot out of his patrol car. He did not get out of his car, according to 5 witnesses, did not get out of his car. He shot the boy 8 times. 4 in the chest, 3 in the back,
Mm.
1 in the side. Shot the boy from his patrol car for not getting on the sidewalk. And left the boy hidden in the middle of the street.
Okay, where'd the
Called it
friend
in,
go?
called it in. He called it in to his headquarters, as Anonymous has now released whatever, supposedly they released whatever. Now this was, mind you, this is 11 o'clock a.m. a.m. Not p.m., not in the middle of the night. This is broad daylight. Shot the boy, middle of the street. He called it in to his headquarters or whatever. And it's still not clear as to what he particularly called in. He just called in that there was an officer involved shooting. There was no specific giving on what transpired. He called in to headquarters that there was an officer-involved shooting. He then laid in the middle of the street for 4 hours. They put tape around the scene, and he laid in the middle of the street for 4 hours until whatever ambulance or whatever got there. But there was no the minimum amount of interaction occurred, according to one of the witnesses. The officer told him to get his ass on the sidewalk and asked him, what the fuck are you doing in the middle of the street? Dude, Michael Brown held his hands up like, hey, nigga in distress, hey. Like, and from what his friend said, that he was in position that he was moving towards the sidewalk. But apparently that wasn't enough. He wasn't moving quick enough. He wasn't moving fast enough. Whatever. The officer shot him and left him in the middle of the street.
So, Mark, what are your thoughts?
Oh man, I kind of think like I mean, I just recently saw that woman get a cop beat a woman in the face. I don't know if y'all saw that video, but he had on the side of the expressway pounding her face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like it's like you equating. It's like it's a state of mind that you're equating lower economic people. I'm not going to even black people, No, I'm not going to even say just lower economic people, just black people in general, as all the same. And they have no value. So it's almost like people going in like we got to teach these people a lesson, and there's no context and no perspective and no real police work being done. It's shoot first. I don't know. I think that might have been Sean who put that post up about I have to teach my kids how to, I got to teach my kids how to, not play loud music because you might get shot like the dude done, that little kid.
Mm-hmm.
I got to teach my kid not to wear a hoodie or he might get shot like Trayvon. I got to teach my kid not to, get in a car accident and go to somebody's house and need help like Renisha McBride. I need to teach my young woman, my little girl, to if there is a firearm in the house, do not shoot a warning shot like old girl in Georgia. I forget her name. I'm sorry.
In Florida.
In Florida, yeah, Florida. So it's those things, man, and it's like it's really disheartening, man, because like it's like you think that we that much less of people. It's almost a declaration of war. I mean, if the cops ain't here to help and to protect and provide, I mean, they just choked the dude out in New York for selling a Lucy cigarette. I mean,
he wasn't even selling shit. He was just standing out there. And
he got choked out.
They accused him of selling something.
Let me say this. Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead.
It's a couple dynamics going on here. I had wrote down to discuss about being reactive and proactive. Absolutely, I concur with what Sean had posted, because what is going on is you have to prepare, as particularly as black men, you have to prepare yourself mentally before you exit your house. At least I do, and I take it a step further because I'm a God man. I pray before I leave my house because I know that the odds are stacked against me getting back to my house. And if you want your boys, you want your girls, you want your babies, you yourself want to make it back to your house, you have to have some type of action plan. You have to know for yourself, one, let me be as polite. And here's the thing, we shouldn't have to do these things, but if you want to make it back home, you're going to have to do some of these things. You are going to have to fall in line with what these police officers say. When they talk crazy to you, you can't, because see, we always feel like we got to get back with somebody. Somebody cuss us, just like when he said, why your ass walking in the middle of the street? We quick to say, nigga, F you, I can walk in the middle of the street. No. In this situation, because that man got the upper hand, get your ass to the sidewalk as quickly as possible. Now, you thinking you look like a coward, but you a living coward. That's where it comes in. So you got to be bad in front of your friends, mouth off to these people. And I'm not saying it's our fault. I'm just saying you have to have the mentality already when you leave your house that I'm going to make it back to my house. Through hell or high water, I'm going back home to my family. Forget what these people got to say. I'm not going to buy into this, to them antagonizing me, to them pushing me to my limit. I'm going back home. And so you have to make that up in your head.
Yeah, how much is too much? How much is too much though, KB? You know, and that's the thing. Like, it seemed like, you know, it's a declaration of war on black people. I mean,
this ain't no seem like. Seem like. There is a war, Mark. There is a war. Let's call it like it is. Ain't no seem like.
I thought Trayvon Martin would slow stuff down a little, but I mean, it only sped it up. It only sped it up, and you know, once George Zimmerman got off, they did say like it's open season on black people, and I was like, you know, maybe the perspective would be there now, you know, maybe, but I mean, like, it's almost like, you know, what do you do? I mean, you're gonna have to protect yourself, you know, like, what happens when you do everything right and you still get the gun? You still get, you know, what happens when you just look like somebody? You know, like, it seems like
that's where we are.
We're almost at the bottom.
We're at the point that all you gotta do is just look like the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you got on a shirt and tie. I don't care if you're a Harvard professor walking to your house. You're still the wrong person. You still the wrong nigga walking down the block. You just still the wrong one. You're not supposed to be wherever you are. You ain't supposed to be there. And there are a variety of people who at this point in our lives are still telling us we should get over slavery. We should get over feeling second class. We should, but let you tell them they should get over 9/11. Let you tell them that Pearl Harbor, or World War II. Let you tell them that they should get over that shit, and they tell you kiss their motherfucking ass. Fuck Germany, or fuck. They will tell you fuck all of the Middle East. But you should get over having been taken from your home where you were nice and happy and well adjusted, and you need to be made a Christian, or you need to be made this, that, and other, so you could be so you aren't what they used to call us savages. Not YouTube, they still call us savages, but you need to be less of a savage. They tell us you need to get over that.
Yeah, another thing they do is they changed up the words, you know, like, and the football player, the guy for the Seahawks, to talk all that shit. He did make a lot of people make this point about when you say a thug is synonymous. You know, they call you a thug, but they really mean nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or black person. You know what I'm saying? They mean
nigga. They mean
right.
nigga.
Right, and there's a lot of respectability politics that goes on. You just we gotta really watch for the cold talk that they do, like when they say urban, you know, or
Just like just like them white people that made the app for DC that
to stay away
that
from
allow
black people.
that allows you to stay away from sketchy neighborhoods.
Hmm.
Mm, mm,
What's sketchy?
mm, 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 mm,
And
What do
mm.
you
why are you the
consider
judge?
sketchy?
Why are you the judge?
Who are you to
Wow.
tell somebody what's a sketchy neighborhood? Because I
Wow.
know it's a whole bunch of people moving into Anacostia, which was once a sketchy neighborhood, but they loved regentrifying it,
Or
buying a
call it,
bunch
oh, George, they gentrified or they changed the name up now to urban renewal to make it
urban
sound
renewal.
like, yeah. So it's those code words that we got to watch out for. That really
Hmm.
mean we getting the blackies up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Did
Yeah,
y'all did y'all see that Twitter?
but those are sketchy neighborhoods. Hmm.
Hmm. Did y'all see that Twitter
Did we see
hashtag?
what?
That Twitter hashtag when they got the people on Twitter was putting up two pictures. One picture of them like maybe holding a bottle of Hennessy, but the other picture like them graduating honors of their class at college, and another
Right.
person hold up one picture of them throwing something like a sign. Another picture of them fighting for their country
Hmm.
in the United States
Yeah.
Marines.
Which picture will the media post to me if I die?
They,
That's the hashtag.
yeah. I forget the hashtag name of it, but it's really cool, man, because it just show you that just because you see somebody like this, or throw up, I think Michael, I think the kid who died had something like this up again. It wasn't a gang sign, but it was something. It just it
No,
could have been.
he was
It was a
standing in
peace
front of his house.
sign.
Yeah, it looked
It
like a
was
peace sign. It looked like a
it
peace.
was
It could have
it
been
was a peace
anything.
sign. He was standing in front of his house with some khakis and a jersey on with a peace sign. They had a choice between that and his graduation picture, but most of the media put up the picture that associated him with being urban.
No, that's that media game Keith was talking about.
Hmm. Yeah, they put up his
They ain't
urban
got no
picture.
love for us.
They ain't got no love for y'all.
So at this juncture, brothers, what do we do? Because like you said,
That was my next
you
question.
know, for all of the preparation that you may have, and for all the suits and ties that you might wear, you still might not make it home alive. So what do we say to our young brothers? What do we say to ourselves? What do we do? How do we keep from being Mike Brown of Ferguson?
Well, yeah, well, Keith, let me build on that. Let's go into that question, but before we go into that, I want to ask, what does the black community do next? I want to know that. I want to know what we do in general moving forward, but what does the black community do as a whole next? Like, what would be our next move? Should we do it politically? Should we just go get guns and you know strap up? Should we? I mean, what do you guys think?
Honestly, honestly, if you gonna ask me for real, the age
We
of
asking you for real.
protest is over, boo.
Over. Thank you.
The
Done.
age of
It's
pro
done.
the age of protest, the age of marching it out and put it on
I'm gonna tell
Washington
you
with a million
that
people.
that marching died with King.
Hmm. It sure did. It
Well,
it
here's the thing. Here's the
it's gonna
thing. My
be
my
time to
my my.
put it's gonna be one time to put your money where your mouth is.
Here's
That's
my
one thing.
thing. A couple things. First, we gonna have to wrap it up because my battery going low and my charger not working for some reason,
Mm.
and I don't
Okay.
want to get cut off in the conversation. But to answer your question, Mark, what do the black community? Where do we go from here? What do we do next? First, let me say what we gonna need to stop doing. First, we're gonna need to stop, like George said, these marches and these rallies, because I just don't see where anything effective is coming from that. I don't see where anything
I don't
effective is
see
coming from
that
that.
it ain't.
Two, we need to stop getting on the horn calling them civil rights dudes because we in a different era. This ain't the civil rights era. We need some young blood. We need some young energy with some new ideas of how to make things right. I love Al Sharpton. I love Jesse Jackson, and I absolutely honor and respect everything they've done for our community. But baby, stop calling them niggas.
Mm-mm.
Or as Sean said, we need to do stop calling them kings. We gonna leave the N word alone. So I'm gonna say stop calling them kings
Right.
because I'm tired of hearing and seeing these quotes by Al Sharpton, and then Al Sharpton go back to New York, baby. I promise you. And I don't know what he do once he get back there to help these folks, but he come, he make his little appearance, and he going on back home. I don't know what kind of fighting that is, just by you coming and making a speech at the vigil. That don't do much for me. But then again, like I said, I don't know what all that man does. I ain't gonna claim to sit here like I know what all he does. I'm just gonna tell you what I see. And then
Mm-hmm.
the third thing, when y'all was talking about some boy in New York selling a Lucy or not selling a Lucy, we need to stop being so idle. See, that's a problem. When they seeing you all posted up on the corn and all this, they think you looking for trouble, or they gonna put the trouble on you. We need to stop being so idle in these streets and be about some responsibility and doing things, and stop setting ourselves up to be in the wrong place at the right time to get shot. And then lastly, if I'm gonna answer the question as to what we need to do next, we need to move the hell on out of here and start our own civilization because these folks ain't rocking with us. They is not rocking with us. And separate but equal. Nope, nope, nope. Like I said, I really believe we should have stayed separate. We should have stayed in our separate schools. I love white people. I got a lot of white friends, and I know a lot of worse black people than white people. I know a lot of it's racist black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying anything about that particular part of what I'm just saying is if we not gonna get love, who wants to be where they not loved? And obviously we ain't getting no love. We need to be somewhere where we gonna love on each other, where we gonna be appreciated, because absolutely they are saying you niggas have no value. We gonna take y'all out one by one as long as it takes because y'all ain't worth nothing to us. Y'all ain't working for us like y'all used to. We don't own y'all like we used to. We have no need for you. So that's what brought me to the question of how do we get back home when we go out of our doors? What do we tell our babies what to do out here in these streets to at least be preventative or to at least make some headway towards getting home safely? That's my thing because I'm at the point where we can talk about a thing all day. The mailroom is about resolve.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do to stop the bullets from killing our babies?
And the number one thing, the first thing, we're going to have to start learning how to respect ourselves. That's first and foremost. We have to learn how to respect. Until we start learning how to respect each other and we learning that our brothers and our sisters have some meaning to us and stop posting, not even stop posting, but stop fighting people for no reason, kicking somebody in the chest just for no reason, running up on some old lady and hitting her in the head for no reason because we think it's funny. It's it's time out. It's
Hmm.
time out for all the
Ouch.
foolishness that our kids are doing to each other, disrespecting each other. Until we start, like David Banner said, I'm serious. Until we stop disrespecting each other just on GP and start learning how to respect each other for who we are, we can't expect nobody else to respect us in the same manner. And that's something that has been that is lost in this generation. I'll say one thing about my parents' generation. My parents grew up in the 40s and 50s. it was time out for that foolishness. They ain't have that. You wasn't. You might have had the occasional, but it wasn't every day. It wasn't that we just did not do certain things to each other because we respected who we were as people. We respected each other. Until we start respecting each other again, we can't expect anybody else to respect us. Until we start saying, look, I'm not gonna hit this dude in the head with a beer bottle just because I feel like it. Or I'm a snitch. I'm gonna snitch because I want my community to be better.
Hmm.
I, I'm gonna be
Okay.
I'm gonna be a better person because I want my brothers and sisters and my neighbors to grow up in a better life, in a better neighborhood, in a better reality. Until we start becoming those type of people, we're always gonna be disrespected. You always gonna have Peter, Paul, Billy, Jim, Thomas. They're gonna keep shooting your ass on the corner in the middle of the street.
In
They're gonna
broad daylight.
in broad daylight. They're gonna keep shooting you because you do that to each other,
And see,
and
that's
you
the
don't say
thing.
nothing.
See, there's the thing. They get bolder and bolder. These police. It's like I'm letting you know that I shot your son in broad daylight for nothing, and I'm
Hmm.
still gonna sit at home on suspension with pay, and I'm still gonna go back to work because ain't nothing gonna be done. Your son just gonna get buried and life gonna move on. And
And
and,
I
and,
gonna
and,
be
and that's the thing. It was where things was done in secret, where these niggas had all the Ku Klux Klan had their sheets, they moved at night, this kind of thing. Now these niggas is so bold, and when I say niggas, I'm talking about
white
errant
people.
police officers who are so bold as to say, I ain't hiding behind nothing. I'ma shoot this little nigga right here in broad daylight from my squad car, and ain't nothing gonna happen except I'm gonna get suspended with pay. And that's cool, cause I ain't want to be out here with these niggas anyway. I'm at home with my wife and them, still getting that same guap I was getting if I had been out there shooting another one of them niggas.
Let,
Huh?
Hmm.
let me just say this too, and I'm gonna make this my Jerry Springer moment. I got one more question to ask y'all, but I feel like for us to move forward, just to piggyback off a little bit of what George said, uh, but I think we need awareness, awareness of the laws, awareness of our history of Black people, awareness of our talents. Awareness of the education that we lack. The math and the science, and awareness of. Well, I think I said talents, but if I didn't say talents, the talents that we have within our own community, and kind of what keeps it. I mean, like um, segregation for us might not be so bad. I feel bad for people like us four. Sean is not here, and people like us, people that's going to work and not even just going to work, people that's just trying, even if you don't got a job, people that's trying to do right in life. Because on one hand, you got systemic government that's holding you back, and on the other hand, you got people in your neighborhood that's shooting and killing each other within the community. I mean, like I don't really like the term black on black community because to me it denotes it misses the point that people kill in their area code pretty much. They stay close to home. So if anything is white on white or I don't say Mexican on Mexican, you know what I'm saying, is normally in your area that where you at. But
Yeah, that's with all of us. That's just not a black thing, like we keep
right.
saying. That's every race is ain't going too far outside of where they live if they killing. Like everybody is really white on white, Mexican on Mexican. Everybody is killing in their own communities. But because again, can't nobody tell me there's not an agenda against us. Part of the agenda is to keep making us feel like we less than, and part of feeling like we less than and we don't matter and we don't have any value is to put out, like you said, these buzzwords and terms, Mark. You have to be,
Hmm.
again, it goes with what you were saying with awareness. And my bad for taking your shine, your Jerry Springer,
No,
but
no,
it goes
no, no.
along with the awareness of, we got to be aware of what they doing when they keep saying things like black on black crime. That really means nothing, honestly. And
Right.
with this urban redevelopment and all these buzz terms and superfluous words that they use, and man, that's garbage. And we need to be hip to that.
We
That's
need to be
part of
hip
the
to.
problem, like you said, is we not aware.
Yeah, we need to be aware of what white supremacy is, and just even the word white. I mean, white people wasn't even a thing before what 1930 or 40. You know, white people. White people are not white people. They're German Americans. They're Irish Americans. They are, you know, they are,
wherever they came from.
yeah, wherever they came from. But they,
Right.
but to build a class of people and to build a lower class of people to I think maybe for wages to pay people less or pay people more, they made these class of people like white people, black people, this, that, and the third. And then white people is a state of mind to where you can be black but still be white in terms of your outlook of how you act and how you carry yourself. You can be Japanese, but you can see the world in the scheme of being a white person. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I think we have to stay aware of stuff like this and what we really going against. And I feel bad for people like me, you, and Sean, and people like us that try to do the right thing, but we got to go against our own in our community, whether it's our family members that's holding us back with always, needing this, that, and the third, and or somebody going to jail, we got to go, or our brothers in gangs that's terrorizing our community, along with the white way of thinking, and police, thinking that we savages, just like people that kill or murder or rape and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have to stay aware, man. That's what I think. My question to you two before y'all get into y'all Jerry Springer moment is, what do you tell your son, daughter, niece, nephew, sister, brother, younger people about how to deal with the law?
Hmm, hmm, hmm. How to
Well, for
deal with the
me
law? Oh,
for
go ahead,
me,
Key.
I'm always when I'm talking to my little sisters, I'm always telling them to be respectful. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's law enforcement. That's their their peers. That's older people. Like, there's something to be said about graciousness and about a smile. Like, a lot of times you can ward off a whole lot of things just by your disposition. I'm real talk. Your disposition will ward off a lot of things. And I'm not saying if somebody got a vendetta against you, or if it's an angry police who just want to shoot a black boy one night, that's gonna happen anyway. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times you can avoid many confrontations just by your disposition, just by the way that you handle whatever somebody says to you, whether that's walking off, whether it's smiling. Often, like I said, we don't have to fight every fight that's posed to us. Every battle, everything that somebody throws in your face, you do not have to take a part of. And that's one thing we need to learn, is that every battle ain't yours to fight. Sometimes you do have to walk away. And walking away most times ain't the cowardly move that people think it is. And I know with our hyper masculine society, it's like if you walk away from something, then you a coward, or you weak, or you a sissy, you a punk, you whatever the terms are that they use. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, we have to change our mindsets on how we act out here. And like I said, just to reaffirm my answer to your question, is respect, man. When dealing with these officers, you can't fly off the handle, man. You got to be respectful even when they not. Another thing, like you said, knowing the law, man, knowing your rights is critical. What they can and what they can't do, because just because you got a badge don't mean you can do everything. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They don't have full reign over everything. They have restrictions too.
For me, I'm gonna just put it like this. I would tell my nephew who is wide-eyed and young and full of hope and living 15 minutes from Ferguson,
Mm.
literally, like literally 15 minutes from there. You know, don't don't let don't let these people out here steal your joy. Be happy. Be 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 youthful. Be the respectful young man that you are. And know that in the end, when it's your time to go, it's your time. Hopefully, your time will be when you're in your 60s or 70s. But if don't let your surroundings or the people that surround you determine who you are. And and that's something that all of our kids need to learn. I think a lot of our kids are so full of anger and so full of um, not feeling heard that when these situations arise, they act out in the only ways they know how. This looting and shit, people talking about, oh, why these people, burning up their own neighborhoods, or why they, you know, going to the auto zone and stealing the rims and going to, the sports zone and stealing the shoes. Because those are the only ways that they know how to get a response out of people. They only see getting a response out of people by doing negative things that hurt them in the long term, but they get a response. It, I mean, when Trayvon Martin was killed, there wasn't no looting. There was no, there was no burning of anything. But we marched and we talked and talked and talked,
Mhm.
and nobody heard
Mhm.
it. No one heard it. Seriously, nobody heard it. We talked and we talked and we expressed how deeply offended we felt by the situation, and no one heard it. It was talked about for a couple weeks and it blew over. Y'all start burning up stuff and setting shit on fire and stealing shit. Oh, when people start hearing it then. And that's bad. That's bad. But after the LA riots 20 years ago, now the police in LA have to wear cameras on their chest. And crime had gone down anywhere from 40 and 50%. And um, complaints against the police have gone down almost 80%. So which one worked? Talking or making a scene? And that's that's where we are at this point. We no longer see or we no longer feel like our voices are heard. And when your voice is no longer heard, you step it up to the next level, which is the same thing with white people. White people were upset or feeling concerned about um, illegal aliens crossing the border. So what they do, they start standing in front of buses and screaming and threatening to shoot every Mexican. And people start listening. Is that the right thing to do? No. But when you no longer see ways that traditionally used to work as working anymore, you step it up to the next level. And I think there are many communities, there are many people, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, that are trying. They're trying to get a voice heard. But people's voices aren't being heard anymore. It's money being heard. It's how much money you can put on the table. That's being heard right now. It's being heard in who's being elected to your public offices, your politicians. It's what's being heard. The money. And when you don't have money, you resort to what else? You resort to violence. You revert to ways of combatants, and you revert to things that are negative. And until we, one, get our own selves straight and put our own selves in perspective, and then change how money is affecting our political stance in this country, you can expect more of this. Please don't think, I mean, literally, people are acting like Ferguson kind of came out of nowhere. It's not out of
That's been
anywhere.
brewing. That's been brewing.
It's been brewing. See, y'all ain't seen New York yet. New York is brewing.
And that's supposed to be the melting pot.
Oh yeah, New York is brewing. Cleveland is brewing. Oklahoma City is brewing. Oh, and don't get Dallas. With all the black people that have moved into Dallas, they can't find jobs, or whatever jobs they find are minimum wage. Dallas is brewing. Nashville is brewing. Birmingham is brewing. New Orleans, good Lord, is brewing.
We better stay tuned.
Orlando is brewing. These areas, when the balance of power goes too far to the left or to the right, there will be more Fergusons. We're gonna have to, as black people, or as minorities, period. 'Cause I ain't gonna say just black people. Mexicans gonna be in the mix next. They're gonna get tired of y'all pushing them and telling them, y'all need to just go pick the fruit.
They want to sit at the table too, as Keith say.
They're gonna want to sit at the table soon.
Everybody want to sit at the table.
Everybody gonna
Believe
want
that.
to everybody gonna want to sit at the table soon.
Believe that.
So until we get to the point where we respect each other and stop patronizing all the negative aspects that are occurring in our lives. I mean, seriously, Chicago, you can gangbang this shit. Y'all should have been let that go.
Mm, mm.
Mm.
Y'all should have been there. I don't understand. Y'all should have been let that go. You still holding on to that because there are so few strong family units that are keeping their kids out of that. But when y'all get there, y'all gonna get there.
Mm.
It's gonna come. Just like what was that? Monday or Tuesday in LA, they were shooting straight out of Compton in Compton, um, California, and they were shooting. Of course, they're shooting the movie, and there was a drive-by right across the street from the set where they're shooting the movie.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? When we get out of that and start saying, it's something bigger and better, and we stop looking for quick money, we stop looking for quick success, we stop looking for quick engagement, and start looking long term. When we as a people can do that, then we might be able to go back to them days where the Martin Luther King days and them Al Sharpton days where a protest meant something. But until then, mm-mm. You're gonna see more Fergusons. You're gonna see it running across the country, rioting, burning, setting things on fire to get things across because that's that's all we as a people will be able to recognize anymore.
I think
That's
everybody's getting brave now, man. Everybody tired of getting ran up on,
oh
you
yeah,
know.
oh yeah,
So it's going
oh
to a
yeah.
war. There's definitely a war brewing. Like, I mean, I guess a lot of people talk about the last days as biblical or whatever. I mean, in my own hedonistic term, I guess I could say hedonistic or secular view. If I had to compare anything to it, I mean, there's definitely a bottom we have to reach, man. Oh yeah, and awareness. One more aware. The people that have whatever type of association or belief or whatever, they got to look at the other side of things. Like cops, somebody got to stand up. That's cops. They got to stand up against this, man. Like if they really want to see a police department. Otherwise, we just playing Monopoly. We just playing a mean ass game of Monopoly, and everything is a corporation, and all we looking for is the bottom line. If we're not gonna stand up against wrongdoing, then we just playing a evil board game. And that's. But anyway, it's over. Final words. We got to get it because I gotta get going. But
Yeah.
let's get that Jerry Springer moment out, man. Let's make it a little bit shorter and get on
Okay.
out of here.
I'm gonna tell you my Jerry Springer moment. You better get your life right. Mm. You better be willing to stand firm on your word and walk your talk and mean what you say and say what you mean and not let outside distractions tell you or make you who you are. If you can do that, then these little minor situations, these little minor skirmishes that we call life, and life as we have been living it, mm, it it's only going to be it'll be a thing of the past.
Mm.
We can make our situations better, but we have to be able to, as people, be okay with where we are and want to make our communities better. Until we can do that, be ready for more Fergusons.
Mm. KB.
Man, I got a couple things, but I'm gonna make it quick as possible. First, man, you know, a lot of what I have to say really is kind of piggyback off of George, what things that George said. Um, you know, he was saying the advice that he would give his nephew. You know, one thing would be, you know, to be youthful, to smile, to be happy, to not take things too seriously. Be youthful, but not foolish.
Hmm.
These kids to me are foolish. This is just me, you know, and no disrespect to anybody's kids, but from what I'm seeing, these kids aren't respectful and they aren't purposeful. Therein lies a problem in itself. And then two, everybody for the quick fix, like George said, ain't no get quick rich. And, you know, everybody is on this angle of being rappers, athletes, entertainers, bloggers, all of this get to it quick type of thing. Man, we're gonna have to start training some of these kids to be in positions where they can make some changes. Where are our lawyers at? Where are our congressmen? Where are the people who gonna start out leading in these communities? You know, as aldermen and representatives and councilmen or whatever they call them in different places. We need to start training these kids to want to be in positions of change, not in positions of entertainment. You know, and George had mentioned, you know, maybe we'll get back to a time of marching and all that. I don't want to go back because to me that's like going from MP3 CD back to 8-track or cassette tape. Ain't no need to go back. That worked when it worked. We need some fresh energy. One of my biggest things is who got next. Like Sharp and them have had their reign, but people seem to need leadership. That's just to me seemingly human nature. You know, that goes back to the Bible where God said, "I am your God," but they needed somebody. So here we go. He gave them judges. He gave them um, 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 kings. Judges went to kings because they felt like they needed leadership guidance, something that they could see. They didn't want to believe in what they couldn't see. So here we go with judges and kings and all of this. Well, since you need leadership, let's hone some new leadership. Some people that's going to lead you with new visions, new ways to get our point across. Because what has happened is the voices aren't being heard. Like George said, they talked and they talked and they talked when Trayvon Martin happened, and nobody heard them because you weren't saying nothing except for the same thing you've been saying since King was living. So now ears have become immune to that cry. We don't have to cry a different cry. That's why marches and stuff don't work because they've seen that before. It's been done before. Nobody, they don't care. Like they helping you with your marches and your rallies now. They coming out with the cars and they opening up the street and blocking it off for you. So that ain't working. What needs to happen, man, is these kids and as a whole, I'm all for joy and laughing and a little thoughtism here and a little turning up there. But me, I'm a serious guy, and it's too much seriousness going on for all of this shenanigans and this willy-nilly attitude most people have that I see based on Facebook and based on like at my job. Everybody's so damn willy-nilly. Ain't nobody taking time to look at nothing that's of real concern, nothing that really matters. Everybody concerned about Northwest. They concerned about Beyonce and Jay getting divorced. Like this is silly shit. That's silly shit, and it don't concern us, and it don't matter to us, or it shouldn't. And it don't matter to me. And I'm Mr. Pop Culture. I know this. I've done this. I've been a part of this, and that shit ain't shit. It's more pressing things going on. We need to stop being so consumed with what they giving us and look up under the surface. See, it's so much bubbling under. That's why it's bubbling under in Cleveland and in ENO and then in all of these places George said, because you paying attention to the wrong things. Man, there needs to be a refocus. I don't know how we gonna teach this. I don't know how we gonna get this out, but the focus is wrong. Everybody turned up. Well, you can't hear or see what's going on for real when you turned up. And this is a spiritual, this is a scriptural thing. This is a biblical thing that I'm talking about. You gonna have to get still. You're going to have to get still, even if you don't believe in God, even if you don't believe that, you still, as a person, need to get quiet sometimes to hear your own damn thoughts as to where you need to go and what you need to do. Y'all too turned up for me. I'm about to pass out, y'all too turned up. I'm about to, dude. I want to get up under my bed and go to sleep for life because I'm over it. You too busy. You can't fix what's going on because you busy. Get still. Get quiet. Listen. Let's get like we was talking earlier, Mark. Game plan. We need some action plans out here. Ain't nobody got no plan of action. Everybody just doing what's been done, and what's been done ain't working no more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm done with my Springer.
Old ideas that were old education, as KRS-One say.
All right.
Well, that's the show. That's the show, man. I thank you guys for joining us. I know a lot of you guys gonna catch the replay. I tell you one thing, George 10, whatever the fuck he is eating up, God, he was making love. You was making love to whatever that was. God damn, was that chicken?
Curry chicken.
Oh,
that's that curry he had. He been waiting on.
that nigga was tearing that up. I keep you ain't see that in the video. I'm like, this nigga.
Y'all stupid.
Hey, though, good shit.
What time watch it?
Man,
I'm gonna be crying, laughing, watching it back.
When you see it again.
The audience don't see all that, okay? So,
no, audience saw that shit. Hey, you was right in the camera with that shit, boy.
We gonna edit it, brother.
We ain't editing that, man. Hey, we gotta keep it authentic, man. That was good. That was good TV, man. Look at him.
Hey, man. Let me just say this, man. I'm glad that we back. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody enjoyed the time off. We've been away from each other for about 2 months. Man, I hope that the people embrace us in a way that they haven't before. Shout out to everybody who's been riding along with the mail room. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend that these boys is out here. And, man, it's just good to be back with you boys. We missing St. Sean, but he'll be with us on the next trip. And man, I'm just excited to be back with you guys and doing what we're doing and talking about things that matter most to us and to our communities and the people that we love most. People who look like us, feel like us, talk like us. It's a need for this show, man, and I'm glad you guys are a part of it. Love y'all, bro.
Man, love you too, KB. And let me just add on, man, like you guys, I mean, we would love you guys to watch the live event. But we really need you to watch the replay, too. You know what I'm saying? Get our likes up, get our views up. Tell 7, like you said, tell a friend and tell a friend. Tell 7 people. That's all you got to do, help us. Just tell 7. We'll get one of them, because we talking about something. So at any rate, I got a wife to go up to and, kiss and hug on, and so I need to go do that and kiss babies and and punch sons and stuff like that.
Get that family life in, bro.
I gotta, man. I already know that I'm in some type of trouble for staying up this late, but
suck on a toe or two. Suck on a toe or two.
Yeah, so I'm sucking like you suck on that curry. Yeah, you trying to get the marrow out that bone, boy. You gonna get me and my girl have another baby tonight, man. I'm sucking that. Boy. Come here,
go. You better suck the marrow out of her toe.
It's been real, y'all.
Hey, peace. Much love.
Peace.
Sean, come back next week. Peace. All right, y'all.
Come back, Sean. We miss you.